This is Radio TV Phono Nut, and I got a request. Someone wanted to see me fire up this roached out Audiotronics record player that I brought home from the Antique Alley yard sale. And I mean, in all fairness, I have brought them home that look much worse, but this one is pretty beat up. As you can see, the bottom of the cabinet's all messed up and the covering is coming off of it. I don't know whether this was in some water or a varmint chewed on it, but you can see the particle board is all messed up. Our case covering is lifting in numerous places, and we have some rust on the handle there. So this thing has probably been in a damp location. Now, somebody wanted to see me fire it up, so I'm going to do just that. Now, where's my gasoline and my matches? And we'll get this thing fired up. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to burn the thing. The only ones I burn are Crosley's or any of the modern Chinese knockoffs under various names. Yeah, I'm sure what happened with this is this record player sat in a school warehouse somewhere for the past 30 years. It was probably in good shape when it was put in storage, but you know how it is with dealing with the government and red tape and what was purchased with government money. You know, their attitude is we can let it sit in a storage house for 30 years until it turns into powder, but we can't give it to somebody who can get some use out of it, or we can hand it off to a recycling center, or more accurately, we can pay a recycling center to take the stuff where it will be destroyed, crushed, and melted and sold off to China, but we can't have a yard sale or give it to somebody or get it in the hands of somebody who can actually use it. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see what we've got here. Here we are with the lid removed, and it's an Audiotronics 300A solid state model, and as you can see, it's filthy nasty. We even got some rust on the turntable spindle, and we even have a bug stuck to the knob there. Alright, let's plug it in, turn it on, see what happens. Alright, the adapter's up. Okay, we're on 45. Here's an old test record. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Oh yeah, and the tone armrest is busted off too. Yeah, we're moving slowly, we're building up to speed, but we're turning. I can tell our idler wheel is bad from sitting in gear for the past several decades. Well, ain't that something? You were minding your life, minding back. When you look my way. Well, how about that? It actually works. Doesn't work 100%, but at least we can play a record on it. Let's see if I can find an LP here somewhere. Where's an LP? Hang on. Here we go, learning basic skills through music. Obviously an elementary education record. Let's see what happens.
This is a song about color.
Good.
You see them all around. There is red on a stop sign, green on a tree, blue in the sky and the sea.
Now, one thing I've noticed, looks like our turntable platter is running off balance, and usually when I see that, that means the machine was in a physical accident, and it's really kind of hard to get those turntables back balanced out, but I guess with a lot of patience and a lot of trial and error I could bend things and get it back running straight again. Hadn't got a whole lot of torque there, but What can I say? It's running. Let's try it with a 78. Yes, I know that's not the proper way to handle a record, but these are not in the best of shape anyway. Yeah, good deal. Now, I'd like to see a modern Crosley do that after being stored in not so great conditions for the next 30 years. Heck, a modern Crosley can't even do it brand new. I mean, at least this one has some bass and some volume to it. So, once again, just another testament to the superior build quality to this old equipment. It can be used and abused and trashed and still work. And you know, if this is still not convincing enough for you, you can look at some of Shango 066's videos where he's drug some radios and TVs literally out of the desert where they've been sitting for the past 25 or 30 years, and with very little effort he was able to get some life out of them. Alright, just for fun, let's open this up and see how cruddy it is on the inside. Here's the inside, very cruddy inside. It's apparent that varmints and insects have been living in here. Once again, just further testimony as to how good these things are. And I know I said previously that I was probably going to part this thing out. I kind of hate to do it now. I kind of feel like now I need to try to glue the covering back down and clean it up and put it to use. And according to the date code on the motor, this is from 1976, and you will be seeing more items that I got from the Antique Alley sale. I went back on Saturday and had much better luck than I did Thursday. And just another thought about schools and organizations that will throw something away but won't let anybody have it that could use it. It's kind of like these recycling centers. I've never had this happen to me, but I've heard of it happening to other people. They'll go to a recycling center and see an old vintage TV or radio or whatever, and they'll try to get it, even try to buy it from the recycling place, and they won't let them have it with the BS reason that the customer paid to have it recycled, so we can't let anybody else have it. Well, that's bull crap in my mind. Frankly, who's going to know what happened to the set? And number two, the customer probably don't give a darn what happens to it. The only reason they took it to a recycling center and paid a ridiculous fee to get rid of it is because they wanted it out of their hair, and the weekly garbage truck wouldn't pick it up. So that's the reason I have to stay away from such places, because if I went to a recycler and saw something vintage and they pulled some crap on me like that, I might end up getting arrested, and I don't need to get arrested over some old radio or TV. You know, I've got a friend that he's got a good relationship with his recycling center, and they let him have stuff, but that's rare. All right, more to come later.